So it is a sin for me to use my own natural resources to benefit my people in Africa. So in Africa like this, it is a sin. If you use your own natural resources to benefit your people, some people somewhere would be angry. I think this is witchcraft. This is witchcraft. And Africans are just there. United States and France, they are angry that Ibrahim Traore is using the country's gold, Burkina Faso's gold, for the benefit of their people. Burkina Faso chased all these imperialists away, all these colonialists away, that have been stealing the natural resources of Africans, especially Burkina Faso. This guy came into power and chased them away and took control of their own natural resource. The American people, the American government and French government, they are angry that he is using gold to sustain the economy of his people, because he stopped them from stealing. When would the West, when would Europe stop stealing from Africa? Using the guise of whatever, accusation. You want to accuse President Traore of embezzling the gold belonging to Burkina Faso. Then you want to use style and assassinate the man, Abi. Is it what people want to do? Look at what happened to Thomas Sankara. Look at what happened to Gaddafi. The same plot by US and co. These guys are evil, man. Evil. Look at what they did to Africa during the colonial days. They took slaves, they took mineral resources, they almost bled Africa to death. Their interest is to come and steal from Africa, nothing more, nothing else. If you decide to be independent in Africa now, they will be flattening their face up and down. They'll be easing from left, right, center. If you decide to be independent, is it a sin for Africa to be free? No wonder we have puppets, left, right, center. No wonder Africa is blessed with natural resources, but we cannot use the natural resource to our advantage. We are less industrialized. Is it not the place that you have natural resources, you are supposed to have industries? Look at Congo. I believe Congo had more natural resources than Nigeria. 170, 180 million people. Look at how Congo is. The natural resources in Congo is being stolen by China, by all these countries, to benefit other people. They don't care if the people die. They will instigate war upon war upon war. And the funny thing there is that they will use fellow African presidents to carry out the attacks on these people that want Africa to be free. I said it that France responsible for the killing of over 20 African leaders. France alone. If you come and challenge the status quo, France won. Sankara, what happened to Sankara? He challenged the imperialists. Because of that challenge, he lost his life. And you can see Ibrahim Traore, whatever he has done, whether he's embezzling the money, at least it is Burkina Faso's money. What is the concern of France? What is the concern of the United States? I even see some APC people attacking Burkina Faso. What is the concern of these APC guys? Have you dealt with Ganduje, your chairman? Have you dealt with Gandola? Have you dealt with Akpabio? Have you dealt with Okowa? These guys are stealing, are accused of so many atrocities. When they join the APC, they become saints. You seem to pardon people that are accused of theft. You have not been able to resolve the integrity of the APC, and you see so many APC people saying that Ibrahim Traore is stealing this, is stealing that. Your chairman is Ganduje. You know the reputation of Ganduje, chairman of APC. Yet, you have so much log of wood in your eye, and you are checking Ibrahim Traore. Has Ibrahim Traore stolen what Nigerian leaders have stolen from Nigeria? Only Emefiele and Buhari and co. What they stole from Nigeria, only God will help Nigeria. See, the reason why Africa is like this is because Africans, they think they are exposed or educated. They thought that they got independence over the years. But Africa is even more colonized by the West. Every now and then, our president will be going to France. You jump into France. Every now and then, you go see her for France. They go France. He doesn't care about you. The other time, president go France, vice president travel come out, nobody at the villa. The APC people will not focus on what is happening in Nigeria. You are talking about Traore. Traore, the gold of Burkina Faso belongs to Burkina Faso. Let them control it. Since France has been, he changed their currency from franc to their own local currency. Look at Niger Republic. They are not more using French, they are using Hausa as their official language. So these colonial powers are angry that they are not colonizing these countries and they are not stealing from this country. They are not getting free resource, natural resource from this country. Now there's a report we have. We know that so many times this young man has faced assassination. I think it's 18 times he survived assassination. That is the way these Western powers play their own politics. If you are becoming a pain in their ass, they will just take you down. They don't care. Russia has reportedly sent special forces trained with unique skills to Burkina Faso, with explicit instructions from President Putin to safeguard the presidency of Burkina Faso as well as Captain Ibrahim Traore. This development comes at a time when Western powers, led by France, have converged in Ivory Coast to strategize on an invasion of Burkina Faso. To strategize. Like I told you, these Western or European powers or imperialists, they use Africans to attack Africans. That is why most times you say Nigeria will never get better. Because the main people that you are fighting for, when you start fighting for Nigerians, I'm using Nigeria as an example. The Nigerians you are fighting for are the ones that will be fighting against you. If you are asking for good governance, Nigerians will be used by a politician to fight you. They learned it from the imperialists, the colonial masters. That's what they did then. They used Nigerians to package slaves in Africa or in Nigeria or in the Yoruba land, Efunoye and Co. We have slave traders who are Africans selling their fellow Africans to the whites. You never see whites selling their own slaves because they had their own slaves. You never see whites selling their slaves to the blacks. If that happened in history, I have not come across that account. But it's only Africans that are being used to kill fellow Africans. You see them, they wear suit, they wear suit. They go school, school is on. School in Africa, a system whereby you don't think out of the box, a system whereby you are caged to be dogmatic, whereby it's like you are being they program the education system of Africa. They program you to think in a certain way. Your education will not make you adapt to real life issues. The real world, you might not be able to survive in the real world. That's why most people are graduates, they are unemployable. They are as good as they didn't go to school because the system is programmed for you to be a moron. You are just pursuing aesthetics, suit. When you go to schools these days, if you see the research they do is on how they can be doing parties every Friday, how they can be doing carnival, how they can be inviting one superstar or the other. No real education, no real world education, whereby you go to a school, you develop something, or you make a thing better. You're an engineer, you went to school. So all these people you see as presidents, you think that they be person. All these ones they are nothing. Before the eyes of these colonial masters, they are nothing. Look at the presidents of Ivory Coast. You are being used to eliminate. They are going to use you to run down the Burkina Faso government that sent away colonial masters. You accepted them. You see, Africans no more have the guts to stand up for what they believe in. According to David Hundeyin, spineless fools, spineless cowards, that's what Africans are. You are afraid to stand up to defend your integrity, your existence. You cower at every. Okay, are you afraid of sanctions, Abi? Are you afraid of sanctions? Is that the problem? that we Africans cannot rise and take our destinies with our hands. When we want to revamp our education, now World Bank will advise us, Nigeria, this is what you do in education. Nigeria, this is what you do in your economy. Nigeria, this is what we do with your currency. Nigeria, this is what you do. If you don't do this, we'll not give you loans. If you don't do this, we'll not give you grants. World Bank, that is being influenced by these imperialists. They use World Bank to keep Africa poor. And we have people that I have BSc in economics. I have BSc in accountancy. I have BSc in mathematics, psychology. But we have this BSc. Our BSc is of no use to liberating Africa or even Nigeria, our country. You can see what they call geopolitics now. Geopolitics. This is politics beyond. If like, make gonna be 29 million tribes for Burkina Faso. France and the United States don't care about you people. All they care about is the gold. It is that gold that touched them. That gold that Ibrahim Traore decided to go and tamper. Let's look at this statement. This is from an European, I believe, or a white man. His name is Gary Smith on Twitter. He said this. This is not going to end well unless Captain Traore can resolve the risk he represents to the Central Bank of West African States. There's a Central Bank of West African States. Remember, we are talking about Burkina Faso gold though. So there's a Central Bank of West African States. So this is not going to end well unless Captain Traore can resolve the risk he represents to the Central Bank of West African States and the sharing of gold reserves with the French Treasury, which ultimately supports the euro and then the US dollar as global reserve currency, or move his gold to Moscow and adopt the ruble. So, what does this mean? If you understand trade by barter, I have yams, you have maize. I need maize, you need yam. I give you yam, you give me maize. Measure or proportion, whatever quantity is going to be equivalent to what I'm going to give to you. An agreement. Then we started using cowries. That cowries is just ordinary ornaments. Ordinary. Our money is just paper. Money is paper. Show you. This is paper. This is paper. Money, paper. No value. But what will make this money have value? This 200 naira. What will make this 200 naira have value? It is the oil, the natural resources Nigeria has. That is why when we export our oil, our currency increases, appreciates over the dollar. What will back our own currency is our natural resource. Imagine Nigeria has no natural resources. Do you think our currency will get value? So our natural resource ultimately is what backs the value of the currency. So we are talking about gold now. I'm coming to Zamfara State. Zamfara State, where we have a lot of terrorism. Certain Nigerian army said don't tire. Terrorism. Matawale that failed woefully in security is what the person that Tinubu go and pick and make Minister of State for Defense. Matawale with teachers qualification. With teachers training college qualification. No polytechnic, no university. Is the person that President Bola Ahmed took to go and make Minister of State for Defense. Zamfara has gold. Terrorism never stopped for Zamfara because some people are interested in that gold. Inside the same Zamfara, them go build airports. What are they using the airport to do? One name. Inside Zamfara, you go build airports. What are you using the airports to do? Are Zamfara people going to be using that airport? Is it going to bring revenue to the state? Your guess is as good as mine. When politicians want to steal They will build a project that they will use and be stealing all those things they want to steal when politicians want to steal. For instance, now, a politician, he wants to start stealing. He will build airports, use the airports. They carry, waiting, they carry the natural resources, they carry and they go. And they know who they partner with. I'm coming to Burkina Faso's gold. I'm getting somewhere. America, France, they are angry that Burkina Faso president is using their gold for the benefit of their people. But you hear what this white man said. He said that the Central Bank of West African States shares gold reserve with the French treasury. I talked about trade and barter. Something will back your cowrie. Something will back the naira. What is backing French treasury? Gold. And where do they get that gold from? They get the gold from Burkina Faso. If other things back French treasury, gold is one of the most important things that United States, Britain have one of the highest deposits of gold in the world. Where is their gold mine? Your guess is as good as mine. Do they have gold reserves? Your guess is as good as mine. So when Traore was doing every other thing, was taking over this industry, taking over that industry. It is when he hit hand for gold, bagan, that's when you see say they can't say no, we cannot allow this guy move beyond gold. Because if he eventually takes cover of that gold, he's going to use gold to defend the currency of Burkina Faso to the extent that it is going to affect the currency of French and United States. Where is our Zamfara gold going to? What are we using our Zamfara gold for? How has it benefited Nigerians? Who gives account of the gold? Mr. Alake, you are into mining. Can we have independent journalists go investigate and do all these things? Can we? We know the system Nigeria runs. So, what America did to Gaddafi, what France did to Sankara, would be different with Ibrahim Traore. See, if you are APC and you are angry that you are saying that this guy is using media to do this or that or that or that, that is Burkina Faso's business. We have enough that we are facing in Nigeria today. See, it is better that Burkina Faso people are in charge of their destiny than one outsider that have been stealing, taking advantage of the economy. See, why is Africa underdeveloped? Is it because of Africans? No, it is because of the West and the system they introduced to Africa. For instance, look at democracy. Democracy is a scam. For those that have higher understanding, you get what I'm saying. Democracy is a scam. They tell you go and protest. Things will change. My brother, things don't change by protest. Things don't change by protest at all. Things don't, I repeat, just protest. Look at the revolution. Things change by revolution. So democracy will tell you, you have to stand in one side, carry your placard. We not go agree for 5 to 7 days. If you are tired, you go back. The people in power will not even listen to you because you are not part of democracy. I told you before that when we were in school, they told us democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people, and from the people. We went to university, they told us the same thing. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people, and from the people. So, and that came out. I got involved in political reporting, started reporting politics. I sat down one day, I said, this democracy you are talking about, why is it that the people are not benefiting from democracy? This thing introduced by the West. They use these systems to bring us down. Only revolution brings change. That's why when I say, let's go and protest, you have been protesting. What has been the effect of the protest? We do answers. At the end of the day, what is the fruit? DSS is they're more organized. EFCC go break into your house. They can go anywhere and arrest any person anytime. They don't care about anything. So the West introduced systems that will destroy Africa. educational system, political system, economic system that will destroy Africa. And we have puppet leaders that open their bare chest. Some of them will want to try and stand for their country, but they don't have the guts because they are selfish. Because leadership in Africa is selfish interest. I told you before that it is those leaders of those days, the Awolowos, the Azikiwes of those days, that could die for their people. But the leaders of these our days, they cannot die for you, whether they're Hausa, Fulani, Igbo, they cannot die for you. They prefer that you die for them to live than they die for a purpose. So none of them will have the guts this Ibrahim Traore has in standing up against the Western powers. Africans should arise and rally around Burkina Faso. Whether he's embezzling their money or not, let Burkina Faso handle their issues. Let France steer off Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso wants to be free. Africa wants to be free. Unfortunately, we have leaders that's may God help Nigerians. So Nigerians, when I sit down and meditate and think about this country, I just shake my head. Some people think that they are living, but they are just foolish. You're living stupid and foolish lives. What life they live? They born me. I go school. I go primary school. I go secondary school. I go university. I come back. I get job. I work for bank. I marry. Born pikin. I old. I die. I go. If that is how the Europeans were living, without adding, replenishing the earth, without adding value to the earth, would we have lights? You can see there's no light here. Would we have light? But an average Nigerian just reason, let me have opportunity to sit down where they are stealing money. Let me steal my own money. I mean chopping, drinking, carrying my, do every sort of thing. And I die, I go. And you think what I live in is life. God help Nigerians.